Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Full Damage on the Mindcrack server. As you know, I have been moving to Canada over the last couple of weeks, and the move has been successful. I am now in Canada, and I've got some time to record. Moving is a slightly stressful business, especially when you've never done it before and the first time you ever do it is moving to a different country. So I didn't really know what to expect, and it's been quite busy, like getting furniture and putting together the furniture from IKEA, which I've never done anything like that before in my life. I'm not quite a manly man, but that went well. And then just all the other things like buying groceries and cleaning products and food and looking for jobs, which I haven't done yet. Well, I have looked, but I haven't actually managed to get one. And just everything that goes with moving country. But anyway, it has been successful, and I am here now in Canada with some time to record. I don't really have a lot to do today, apart from mundane things like building more of this damn castle. Part of me is going to be glad when we update the map so I can move on to something new, but I'm also going to miss this castle if I don't get it complete. As you can see, I've done a lot of work up here, putting all the smooth stone down and laying out some walls. Like the second floor, I don't have a plan for this floor, so we will see what happens with it, really. But I know roughly what stuff is going to be at the moment. This is going to be a corridor here, which is going to run round, probably. And then this about here is going to be a doorway which leads to this outside kind of corridor, like on top of the wall. And my plan is to have some iron golems patrolling the area around it and see what they do. But then you get around to here, and there's another door and you're back inside. On the other side, this wall's going to be the balcony area of the redstone common room, which I still have to do. And then obviously we got all the gigantic staircase which will go in there at some point in the future. Now then, so yes, like I said, and as you guys know, I've been moving to Canada over the last few weeks, and like I said, it's all gone successfully. Immigration was not a problem. Oh, hello. Where are you guys at? That's an interesting question. Yes, immigration was not a problem at all. I expected to be waiting there for quite a while. As it was, As it was, I did only just make my connecting flight. That was more because I got lost in the airport than anything else. But immigration was strange because I just went straight through. Like, literally, it's the quickest immigration I've ever done, including immigration of returning to England when, well, it still is my home country. Let me turn my sound down a bit on my headphones. That moo was a little loud. But yeah, I don't know whether it's because I had paperwork there or anything, but it was just straight through. Like, when I've come to Canada before, I have had problems with immigration being a bit, I don't want to say arsey, because really they are doing their job, but being a bit suspicious about me, and there was one time where they phoned up my girlfriend's family and phoned up my girlfriend and like, are you expecting a visitor? And, well, yes, and it's all been planned and everything. Giving me a load of crap about money, which can be too expected, but at the end of the day, it's what the immigration officer's problem there was. He was saying how I didn't have enough money to stay 2 weeks. I had about $200 on me, and he was saying how that's not enough money to stay for 2 weeks in Canada. And I told him that I would be living with my girlfriend's family. They don't exactly run a hotel, so they're not going to be charging me $50 a night or whatever to stay in their house, and they're going to provide me with accommodation and food and everything else. So I didn't need, say, $600, $800 to get food every day and to get to spend on a hotel room every night and such like that. So $200 was enough for me, but the immigration officer was a bit funny about it. That's probably the worst trouble I've ever had at immigration. But like I said, coming into Canada on a work visa was just straight through, and it said on the website, I kind of gone in here to check on the lighting situation, and you kind of got a glimpse of the secret room. But yeah, it said on the website of the International Experience Canada program, which I did, that you can expect some, not trouble, but you can expect questions like proving you have enough funds, which was about I believe it was about $2,000 you needed, $2,250, something like that, to prove like you can afford to live until you get a job, or you can afford a flight home if things go awry. And then you also needed a proof of an insurance policy, which would cover you for the entire duration of your visit in Canada, which would also cover various problems which a standard holiday insurance wouldn't cover. But they didn't check for that either. They didn't check for my proof of funds. The first immigration officer I spoke to didn't even know what the Insurance Canada program was. Whether that's just because they were actual border control officers and not like the immigration officers who say yes, you can come into the country, or no, you cannot come into the country. I don't know, but she didn't know what the actual IEC program was. It was just all a bit strange, really. I expected a lot more trouble than what I actually got. No, it's not a bad thing. I didn't get any trouble. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, just something interesting to note, really. But apart from that, like the flights were okay. I may have mentioned this before, but I am absolutely terrified of flying. I can't stand it, and it gets worse every time I fly. But the flights went good, really. There was a little bit of turbulence, but nothing life-threatening, I suppose. Even so, I still don't like flying. I did come to a realization, though, while on the internal flight, is that when you're at that 2,000 to 3,000 odd feet in the air, or 20,000 to 30,000 odd feet in the air, excuse me, when you're that high, you really don't have a choice on whether you're going to live or die. If you go down, chances are you won't see tomorrow, which is quite morbid, but it was my realization. And if you're going down, you might as well be happy about it. Or if you're going to die, you might as well be not happy, but relaxed that you're going to die. So that was my realization on the flight, on the plane. So normally when there's turbulence, I would have been terrified for my life. There was one flight which I actually prayed for my life, which is another story for another time. But if you experience turbulence, and if your plane does start to crash and whatnot, be relaxed, because at the end of the day, you are probably going to be dead in the next 10 minutes. So you might as well be relaxed and happy with your life. So that helped, I suppose. Like I said, a bit morbid, but it helped. So now that I'm in Canada, and everything's set up, like I've got a new phone and such. I suppose you guys want to know what phone I've got. Oh dear. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. We had technical difficulties there. what I was saying, yes, my phone. I suppose you guys want to know what phone I have gotten myself. It's the HTC One V or One 5 or however they want you to pronounce that. I really don't have a way up to that floor, do I? That's what I'm looking for. Yes, the HTC One V or One 5 or whatever, and I'm on a Kudo plan. At the moment, I've just got the basics of plans, just so I can have it. But while I don't actually have like a job or an income at the moment, I don't want to be tied into a $70-80 a month plan with no form of income. So I've only got the very basics, which I think is only like $20 or so a month. It's actually tied onto my girlfriend's plan as well, because she's with Kudo, whatever it's called. It doesn't give us any discounts or whatever, but it does tie it up nicely into one bill. Here we go. Here's the way up. It's a good phone. I'm quite happy with it. It's better than the piece of crap I had back in England, which I've actually got with me. Funny story. My bank needs a English phone number to do any transfers to any new recipients. What was I saying? I completely lost that. Basically, my bank in England, which I've still got the bank account because I've still got money in there, to do transfers to new recipients, you need a UK phone number, which they text you like a passcode or whatever to. And it has to be a UK number. There's no way around to get it into a Canadian number or anything like that, or any other number. It has to be a UK mobile phone number. Now, say you don't have a mobile phone, or say if you're doing online banking like me from abroad, where having a UK phone and receiving text to it is going to cost you an arm and a leg, you don't really have much choice. Luckily for me, I brought my phone with me because I thought I had some pictures or something on there. So I've actually got my phone with me, my UK phone. But if I didn't have that, then I'd be completely screwed. Like, I could get text sent to my mum, but then yeah, it's just, I don't understand why they do it, honestly. It's a pain in the ass. But that's that. Yeah, my old phone from England was like is like a LG piece of shit phone. I can't remember what it's called. LG something. I was actually after the iPhone, and the guy asked me like, what do you like most about the iPhone? And I stupidly said, oh, the camera. The camera is wonderful. This is back when it was the old iPhone, like the iPhone 1. Like, in my panic state, I just said, oh, the camera's wonderful. And he's like, well, try this LG piece of shit. And that's what I ended up with, and I hate it with a passion. But yes, there we go. I've seen all my secrets of this castle. Oh shit, there's no way out of here. Oh, crap. Dumbass. But yes, I'm happy with my new phone, the HTC One V. It's a good phone. I enjoy it. As for internet, I was getting a lot of I had a couple of suggestions, like tech savvy. Go for tech savvy. We went for Rogers. Our building is actually like it's not sponsored by Rogers, but Rogers likes to get their foot in the door and say, hey, come with our internet. So we went with Rogers. Because we've got a student living with us, we have student discounts and such like that. So Rogers is okay. And we can probably tie it into like a nice TV bundle. You're not allowed a satellite in this building, I suppose, because satellites would look ugly all on the balconies. But you're not allowed a satellite in this building, so you have to go with cable TV. And in the Ottawa area, basically the only cable TV you can get is with Rogers. So we didn't have a choice in that regard. I don't know off the top of my head how much it is a month for our TV and internet. We're actually getting the TV installed today, but it's not bad. It's not like a 70 million a month or whatever, and because of 3 of us, it actually works out cheaper. Like, we can have the cost split into thirds and just spend a third each, so it's not bad. Something else that I've been thinking about is the Guild 2. Now, I haven't put out a Guild 2 episode for ages, and I haven't played it since that first playthrough, which was probably like a week before the first video or something. So I haven't literally played it for months, and I haven't put out a video for probably the same length of time. So I'm honestly thinking to just scrap it, because really I only had a couple of hundred viewers each episode, and it's not story driven enough for a Let's Play, I don't think. It's fun and all, but I don't know, it's not got enough of a storyline to it to do a Let's Play, in my opinion. So I'm probably going to scrap the Guild 2. I do have some other games up my sleeve. I've actually just been recording a whole bunch, or I have, and I will be recording just a whole bunch of games and then uploading them as and when. So expect those in the near future. I'm not going to tell you what they are, because I don't know which ones I'll upload first. But yes, expect some new games in the future on this channel. So as for the Ottawa area, it's really hot, Ottawa. It was like 43 yesterday, 43 degrees Celsius, which is half the boiling point of water, essentially, and that's crazy. Like, back in England, it was either 10 degrees or 5 degrees, and when it was 5 degrees or 10 degrees, it rained. So, I'm not used to this weather at all, and even up north in Canada, where my girlfriend's actually from, they didn't really get this kind of weather, I don't think. But it's been ridiculously hot. It's been above 30s all week, really. High 30s all week, and like I said, Tuesday was 43. It's absolutely crazy. We don't have air conditioning in the flat. We just have like 50,000 fans blowing air around. I'm actually in the bedroom at the moment to record this, because we don't have a desk or anything anywhere. Which is also ridiculously hot in here, and we live right on a busy road of Ottawa, so we do get a lot of noise as well. So we can't really keep the windows open all the time. Do I have any more torches? No, I do not. I'll be light. But yeah, Ottawa. I'm enjoying Ottawa. We've been doing a lot. We've mastered the buses. And I have to say, the buses in Ottawa are quite excellent. They have a very good bus service going on. So well done to the Ottawa people for doing that. But we've been doing with buses. We've been to various shopping centres, like the Rideau Centre, which, according... Hello guys, sorry about that. More technical difficulties. Just saying how good Rogers is. So yes, like I was saying, we went down to the Rideau Centre, and according to our tour guide, we didn't have a tour guide in the Rideau Centre. We did some boat tours and such as well. According to our tour guide, Rideau Centre has 200 shops, 100 of which are female clothing and shoes and such, and that is very true. It's very limited on the shops for guys. In the Rideau Centre, there's like the Apple store, a sportswear store, HMV. That's really about it for guys' shops in the Rideau Centre. So yeah, we went down to the Rideau Centre and I bought nothing. I actually should be going down there later tonight as well to go see Spider-Man. because I'm just that cool. But yeah, like I said, we also did some river tours as well. One which actually took us into Quebec, and it's like you go over a bridge and the tour goes, just, you're in Quebec. Oh, well, fair enough. It's very underwhelming. Not that Quebec's underwhelming. It's quite pretty, but it's very anticlimactic. You're just suddenly in Quebec. And that's it. You're just there. I just need to update my used. I've used 5x64 stone now. Ba. So yeah, we also walked around some of like the markets and such in downtown, and yeah, I'm enjoying Ottawa. I could live here. Well, I do live here, but I could move here to stay and to live out the rest of my life. It's a very nice place, I think. There's a lot to do, and it's not like a grimy city or anything. It's a very nice city. So highly recommended. Well done, Ottawa, for being brilliant. That's really everything I've got to talk about in this episode. But yes, just an update. I am still alive. I do plan on making more videos, but I have been busy, understandably. But as always, I thank you guys very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.